Hello and welcome to your new summer job at the new and improved Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. Now, I want you to forget anything you may have heard about the old locations. They've spent a small fortune on these new animatronics. Facial recognition, advanced mobility, they even let them walk around during the day. Isn't that neat? You're only the second guard to work at that location. The first guy finished his week but complained about conditions. Mainly, he expressed concern that certain characters seem to move around at night and even attempted to get into his office. Now, from what we know, that should be impossible. That restaurant should be the safest place on Earth. You see, there may be a minor glitch in the system. Put on the Freddy head if you need to. Make sure they don't hurt anyone. Piece of cake. Have a good night, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.
I really thought you would look a lot happier to see me.
A pile of scraps, a tangle of pieces. A once recognizable animatronic turned into a broken, chaotic, disturbing mess, left to rot. Dismembered day by day in the kid's cove. This fox has been through every combination of parts. How did it even get 3 feet and 2 heads? Where did its iconic hook go? Somehow, parents didn't seem to mind their kids obstructing a metal endoskeleton with dangling wires and 3 sets of teeth. Employees stopped caring about its state a long time ago. A company famous for reusing mascot parts just looked the other way.
Now he's just a mess of parts. I think the employees refer to him as just the Mangle.
This is Funtime Foxy, revealed to be Mangle's original form in FNaF World. And this is Funtime Foxy, a member of Circus Baby's Entertainment and Rental, the former being torn apart into Mangle and the latter being torn apart into Ennard. And yet, with both foxes in different places of the timeline becoming 2 very separate animatronics, Scott wants you to believe that they are one and the same, all of these. In the 4th closet, it even shows the transformation of Funtime Foxy to Mangle. However, that can't be the origins of the Mangle.
They tried to remake Foxy, you know? They thought the first one was too scary, so they redesigned him to be more kid-friendly instead of his kid code, to keep the toddlers entertained, you know?
This is Toy Foxy, the 4th member of the remade toy animatronic line, meant to be friendlier and more put together, but most importantly, aware of their surroundings.
They're all tied into some kind of criminal database, so they can detect a predator a mile away. Heck, we should be paying them to guard you.
There's a golden killer on the loose. 5 kids were already missing. Toy Foxy could stop them, right? In the end, it couldn't. Nighttime came and the toys wandered the restaurant. There was someone here to watch the place. Was it him? What if he was in there? He had a security uniform. It has to be him. Toy Foxy followed its programming along with its bandmates and headed to meet the stranger in his office. But Foxy wasn't like the other toys.
Kids these days just can't keep their hands to themselves. The staff literally had to put Foxy back together at the end of every shift. Eventually they just stopped trying.
This is the Mangle. Toy Foxy was long gone and forgotten. It hung from the ceiling. It crawled through the vents looking to find a way in.
It's so much more fun hanging out in here with you.
Eyes had fallen off. There were 2 right hands. This pull apart and put back together monstrosity can't even communicate like the others. The best it can do is static. Was it trying to say something? What was it trying to say? Or more accurately, what were they trying to say? Is that another head?
I don't care how much you redesign Foxy, no one planned him to have 2 heads.
There indeed was a separate foreign program now attached to the Tangle. In reality, the Mangle wasn't a solo act.
We are a perfect paragon of pleasing. You're a perfect paragon of perilous.
They aren't possessed. They don't want to take revenge. They are run from a program. But something seemed wrong.
Someone may have tampered with their facial recognition system. We're not sure. The characters have been acting very unusual, almost aggressive toward the staff. They interact with the kids just fine, but when they encounter an adult, they just stare. Now none of them are acting right.
Unfortunately, the new night guard would switch to the day shift and work a birthday party at the end of his first week.
Stay close to the animatronic, make sure they don't hurt anyone.
But his fate was sealed as the Mangle attacked from above, breaking through his skull and removing the front of his brain.
I wanted to wait until just the right moment to drop in.
Was that the bite of 87? Video. Was that 7? Was that 87? Was that the bite of 7? 7, 87, 7, 87? Was that
Quirky at night.
Smash?
Jeremy didn't die, but the dream Henry had of keeping children safe from the killer definitely did. Freddy Fazbear's Pizza would close down. The haunted metal in the back would be salvaged, used for the next upbringing of the restaurant, again to wander the halls. The toys did nothing to stop the murderous golden killer, but this couldn't happen again. No customer should have their lives in danger. The toys were a failure, not worth any more time or money. They were thrown out. They may have only had an algorithm instead of a living soul, but Toy Foxy and its crew brought smiles to the children's faces, now thrown out like trash. Garbage! This isn't the end, however. The Mangle would be back as a nightmare. It patiently waited in the closet for the perfect time to strike.
Hello, Mario.
This Mangle was even more terrifying than the last. It had extremely sharp teeth and claws. However, as the young Afton child closed the closet door to keep away the nightmare-like assortment, he wondered, is it even real? What happens if it catches me? Would the illusion end, or is there really a demon in my closet? He would never forget that amalgam. Much later, in a horror attraction named Fazbear Frights, Michael would be fighting for his life to outsmart his father, now trapped in the broken spring bodysuit. Michael would hallucinate with the lack of oxygen. These familiar faces were back. The Mangle was back. It was on the cameras. It would stare at him from the window. Michael even seemed to hear its static ringing in his ears. Was it trying to say something? Was it hunting Michael? It couldn't attack him, but it was still staring deeply into his eyes, scanning as if it was still looking for that killer. But the building burned down. The hallucination ended.